a name you should know is Cherie DeVaux. Hey, Cherie, how are you doing?
Hey, Ren. Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm starting to feel the excitement really build up to a fever pitch. And just taking it back, with Breeders' Cup itself, you've got a history with it. You worked extensively with the Chad Brown barn. You've had many, many champions. I think one of the champions that really stands out when we think of your name is Lady Eli. And Lady Eli, she's a horse that she was poised to become on a very short list. There's 4 horses who have ever won 2 different divisions of a Breeders' Cup race. We've got Zenyatta, Beholder, their Secret Circle, Stephanie's Kitten, and you were part of that for the filly and mare turf win. But she came very close to joining that list, winning again 2 different divisions of the Breeders' Cup. She won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies back in 2014. And she just got nailed by a nose by Queen's Trust later in the 2016 filly and mare turf. But what made that so special, and I would think for anybody still feel like a win, was the fact that she overcame something that a lot of horses don't even survive, and that is laminitis. Can you take us through your relationship with Lady Eli?
Well, she came with high regard when she was 2, and she was pretty special early on. I remember Chad talking about her in the very beginning. So you go through and she hits every mark as a 2-year-old, comes through as a 3-year-old, wins the Belmont Oaks. And, if you want to talk about the highs of high to lows, you come back from a race you won, she's not moving great. You find the source of the problem, and we were cautiously optimistic that, it was just she stepped on a nail, she'll get over it, but that wasn't the case, about 48 hours later, when she started, having her first onset of laminitis. So you go from that, and just, from it being so bad to having hope, to there being hope, to her coming back as, if better at where she was at the top, if not better. It's just something that you go through that's special, that, it's not something that you would hope to go through in your life, right. But when you do go through a situation like that, it's one of those things that, you take the lessons you learned, the emotions you learned, and, you have that in your box of, tools if you need to recall on them, emotions. So it's just one of those situations where it's emotional. It was great. It's awesome that she's out. It's fun to watch her one colt run over in Ireland. So we made the most out of a bad situation, and it was just amazing to see how she came out of it.
Oh, yeah, it is remarkable. Again, a lot of horses don't even survive laminitis, let alone come back, win grade 1 races, and then go on to nearly pick up another Breeders' Cup win also. So tremendous job there. With you now in the position of running your own barn and hitting at such a great clip, 20%. You've got an exciting 2-year-old filly named Tarabi, who was second in the Spinaway Stakes. How is she doing? And are we looking at her in terms of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies?
Well, she had a very nice breeze this morning. She came out of the Spinaway with just some minor cuts, and that had turned into an infection that took a while to resolve. Nothing major. It's just one of those things where we didn't make another race to prep for the Breeders' Cup the way we had wanted to or scheduled, but in this game you have to zig and zag, things come at you, and you have to just take it all in stride. The ownership group, they have been awesome. If she continues to train well and hit all the marks, she looks awesome, then we'll go on and take a shot in the Breeders' Cup. She has tactical speed. There's a lot of speed looking like on paper of who's going to enter. We'll have to see the stretch out, the going 2 turns. These were questions we had hoped to answer by running her, maybe in the Frisette. But it wasn't the case. So, we have to do with what we're given. And, her 2 breezes prior today were just maintenance and getting her back into it. So today was her first bit of serious work, and she did awesome. So, we're putting it on the table. She has 2 more breezes to go before entry, 1 more to pre-enter. So she has to do everything right up to that point for us to even consider it. So we're hopeful. I guess we'll be hopefully optimistic to see her out there. But if something doesn't go right, or, she doesn't have good days going up to it, we'll just find another path for her.
No, definitely. And that's the thing. Training, these horses are not machines. You have to take it day by day and all that. Really fun pedigree, though, by the way, being by First Samurai. Obviously, he was really good at 2 years old, and he was 3rd in the 2005 Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And that was behind Stevie Wonderboy and Henny Hughes. So you've got that precociousness in there out of an Indian Charlie mare. And we know Indian Charlie himself, great racehorse, also went on to sire Uncle Mo, who won the 2010 Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So what else is going on in your life? You're married to one of the best eyes in the biz in terms of picking out horses. That is David Ingordo. And I got to think, honestly, again, tell us how you're doing. But also, I'm just curious. I mean, I can see a lot of like hardware behind you and stuff like that. Between the 2 of you and all this experience in horse racing and being around all these great horses, I'm sure there's got to be some really cool memorabilia there in the DeVaux and Ingordo household.
Well, David's been around and doing this at a higher level many years than I have. So, we have to be expected a lot of Zenyatta memorabilia. Her bridle, halters. Her Eclipse Award is, as I was showing you earlier, is over my right shoulder. And David's favorite piece of memorabilia is Medagliadoro's Belmont trophy, which is on the left, which he inherited from Bobby Frankel. So it's a very special part of Bobby's life that David shared with him. That we get to look at. And, we've got plenty of pictures and Hall of Fame plaques. So it's special. And so now I guess the goal would be for me to add some to the walls and the shelves, something that I train and we had, done together.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be coming, because not only is the win rate very impressive, but the money percentage, you got to be really happy with how you're picking your spots and you're nailing it.
Well, it takes a lot to do that. In the beginning, it started off admittedly slower than I had hoped, but you have to stick to what you know to be successful. Run horses only when they're ready to run. Put them in spots where you feel that they have the best shot to hit the board. It's hard to win a race, but if you can hit the board every time, you're doing, or I'm doing, the team is doing everything. Sorry, Cupcake's trying to join. We're trying to do everything to be successful in that respect. So, it's been really fun, and, with good team clients that allow you to take your time and to pick the spots. If there's a spot that they're ambitious about and we can have a constructive conversation about where to place the horse, that's what really is the key to all of this.
Well, it looks like the key is bound to unlock the door to mega stardom sooner than later for you, Cherie. Thank you so much for taking some time out with us here at America's Best Racing for our Breeders' Cup 2021 preview series.